gonna be okay.
Try that.
Can you hear us?
All right, there we go. Okay, so we should have sound up and running now. We're back up and working, hopefully. Okay, no swearing. We're getting very close to the swearing point.
You're super frustrated.
Oh my gosh. So what basically happened here, I'm guessing, and now I have to go through and do a bunch of testing this week to make sure, but...
Thank you, everyone, for helping us out here.
Yes, thank you very much. So basically, as far as I know...
yeah, and we're on last week's stream. That's not what you...
Yeah, that's not what I had set up. So YouTube basically has been moving everything from one back end...
Studio is what they call it.
It's called Studio. It's the back end of all of YouTube, and they've been moving everybody from one side to the other side. I just had somebody tell me the volume was too loud. Now it's too quiet. I don't know why I even mess with things when people tell me. So anyway, what happened was they're switching everybody over from this one side of the old way to the new way. And obviously the new way apparently has a few issues.
Yeah, you originally accidentally scheduled it on
Owl. Yeah, originally it was scheduled, they scheduled it on the Owl channel, which is not where I wanted it. They put it over onto, then we got it on BTR. Either way, I mean,
we were on last week's stream.
Yeah, and I think this is probably kind of the same problem that we had last week, where we had really low attendance at the live stream. I think it was probably the same sort of issue. I think live streams are really kind of having some problems. So
we're here.
Yes, now we are here. And tonight we do have a full show planned. Of course, now we're 20 minutes into it, so now we're going to start cutting stuff out or something. I don't know. Tonight we have coming up the Armchair Ranchers on the way. Mackenzie's going to give us a report from the field. We also have our Patreon giveaway and mail calls. So all that is on the way tonight, as well as talking to Erin about her gardens, taking a look at what's happening on the ranch, and the 30 vlogs in 30 days. So
the live stream has COVID.
Yeah, it might have. I think, and we had a camera that's not working. So
we have a camera not working.
Anyway,
have a drink.
Yeah,
It'll
no doubt.
be okay.
Have a couple of my ice is melting actually. So thank you very much, Dr. Dixon, with a $100 super chat there on the other.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. I don't even know where Jeff's at now. He's probably lost in time and space. Nobody knows where we're at now. I don't even. How many people are here? If anybody, like 8?
130.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us and finding us, number one. So thank you to Jeff Dixon Dr. Dixon for the $100 super chat. JB Weld had a super chat about eight streams ago for $20, and ID check, Owl ID check, new vlog format gives us a new dynamic on what ranch life is truly like. Ain't that the truth? And it's actually
thank you guys for the super chats.
Yes, thank you very much. The new vlog format is a little bit a lot of bit different than what I'm used to doing.
I think you've totally gotten the hang of it though within like a week. The first few days were super stressful.
It's still, I was up until 2:30 last night putting together the moving the pigs thing, which I'm glad I did it yesterday, because I guess I'm taking pigs tomorrow to Sturgis. For some reason I had it stuck in my head that it was Wednesday.
I kind of was thinking Wednesday too, but I know like when I scheduled them, and I scheduled way back in January, and like I put it in our phone and our calendar that we use, that we sync our calendar, and I remember one was on Wednesday, one was on Monday, but for some reason I was thinking Wednesday too, but I got an alert on my phone today. And you got a new phone, and so your calendar wasn't all working.
Everything's all screwed up. So there's our Russian friends, the Russian truck drivers. They're in Rapid City. Thank you for the $2 super chat, guys.
Thank you.
Also, Owl ID check. See, now I got this new camera up here, and it's in my way.
He says, loving 30, it's talking about the vlog.
30-30s, yeah. That's what, I think Matt started calling them, the 30-30s. Reminds me of the dirty 30s when you turn 30, but anyway.
I think you had an insanity moment like on Thursday, though. You were kind of like, maybe I'll just keep doing this. This is going really well.
Honestly, if
maybe I need to keep making more videos.
If I did any sort of thing, even remotely like that, I would probably try to take the weekends off. So if we kept doing the daily vlog thing, I would definitely try to take the weekends off. And I think people would get bored with it, honestly, because like during haying, could you imagine a daily vlog during haying? Well, here I am in a tractor again. We're going to drive around in circles all day long. And of course, it works for Zach. So, I mean, if it works for him, it might work for me. I don't know. I don't know. During certain times of the year, it might be very difficult to do. But you did tell me too. You're getting a lot more done around here when you have to go out and film.
You have to go do something.
Yeah.
You can't spend all day on the phone and email, which so the business side of things is being neglected a little bit.
Right. Luckily, we have friends like Dave Rush and Matt Fensel who are helping us out
Yeah.
on the business side of things because there's a lot of missed phone calls and emails and
Yeah.
stuff like that that's happening quite a bit with having to do this. So
But
thank you,
you
Steve.
are knocking projects off the list.
Right, exactly. I need to get some new stuff on the list. I'm going to run out of material, and that's one of our
compost.
things that we had for the Frosty Cow is closed Sundays for a while.
They're always closed Sundays.
They're always closed on Sundays. Yeah. But thank you for liking them on Facebook. We appreciate that.
Are they closed on Sundays? Maybe they're closed Mondays.
I know they're closed. No, yeah, they are closed Mondays.
Oh.
Anyway, not that it matters.
If you're in Gillette and you need ice cream, go to the Frosty Cow. You can order online. They do
you can
curbside.
drive all the way to Gillette and get it.
It's really good. The jolted cow is my favorite.
What is a jolted cow?
It's coffee with caramel swirls and huge brownie chunks.
Is that what she gave you when we went? She's Erin's friend, so she overloads these things.
She said that was their normal 2-scoop.
I think she was going crazy. Yeah. So anyway, we do have mail call coming up. Yes, we did get a package from Alaska. That's going to be in mail call. I think I actually sent you an email, though. I'm pretty sure I did. Check your email. But feel free to ask any questions as we move through this. We'll try to answer questions as we go. And I do have a question for you. If there is anything that you would like to see.
Did I beat someone to death with this cup? This is Mackenzie's handprint.
Did you beat somebody to death
I mean,
with it?
I
A
never.
little kid. Yeah.
This side's purple.
Oh, that side's purple. That side's better. If you have any requests for the 30 vlogs in 30 days, something you would like to see on the ranch,
I got some requests.
yours is just called put it on the project list. But if you have anything you'd like to see that you haven't seen before, let me know. Tell the moderator. Send us an email at
Call the cup
mail@ourwyomingLife.com.
Wilson.
It is Wilson. I didn't even think about that. You can always send us an email and let us know what you would like to see on the vlogs as well. It reminded me, I was talking in a vlog about, do you remember the Choose Your Own Adventure books? Mm-hmm. I don't know if did you watch this one where I was talking? You don't watch them.
I don't watch them.
So she doesn't watch the videos.
I live with you.
But I was talking about those Choose Your Own Adventure books, and I was thinking,
Dr. Dixon's here. Thank you, Dr. Dixon,
thanks,
for your
Doc. You're
super
back.
chat.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super
Do
chat.
39 jobs on the board in 15 days.
Yeah, there you go.
That could be a fun episode. How many things can we do off the board
In one day.
in one day?
Oh my! But I have to film as I go.
I'll follow you around. It has to be on
If
us.
you were a cameraman, that
It'd
might
have to be Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, but you can't get mad at me for how I film. He gets mad at me.
I don't get mad at you when you film. I get
Yeah,
mad when you
no,
film
you do.
yourself.
You do get mad at
I
me.
wouldn't get mad if you followed me around
No,
with a camera.
but you're bossy.
Well,
We might get divorced.
all over cameraman duties.
Fun starter to get the kids' swing set fixed or buy a new. Yeah, we need to buy a new one.
Yeah, their swing set is horribly dilapidated. their swing set that I don't know. It's just a piece of junk to start with. I think it's the ones you remember as a kid when you would swing and they would like lift up out of the ground every time you
Yeah.
came, and you always thought you were gonna die.
We literally had that swing set before we moved down to this house. So
Oh, when we lived in the little trailer house out
yeah,
here.
so I mean we've had that swing set for years. The slide and the what else did it have? It had a teeter totter. Those bit the dust a long time ago.
Yeah, that was
It's
it,
just,
all that stuff is long gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna do some stuff. We were
Swing
waiting
sets
for a
are
nice day.
Expensive though. Like I looked at some last year, and like the hard thing is like to
What are
go
you
back to
talking about?
the swing set thing.
Oh,
how
swing sets,
expensive they
yeah.
are, and the hard thing is having such an age range in kids too. Is having one that like at the time like last summer when I looked like Lincoln was 3, something that like had a lot of stuff that he could do that Mackenzie wouldn't be bored with. Like I don't know. I just couldn't decide.
Well, Mackenzie just wants to go and drive. So one of our thoughts is we're going to build an obstacle course while the kids are stuck at home.
I also hate that you put Lincoln up on the hay bales because now he wants to play on the hay bales all the
I
time.
didn't put him up there. He figured out how to climb up there on his own, and he made it all the way to the top by himself.
I hate it. I can't even watch.
Really?
No.
What about you don't mind the girls being up there?
Because I just feel like they're older and they understand the consequences a little bit more.
Like they have a physics degree and they understand gravity?
Well, I understand.
Lincoln understands gravity. He knows you fall.
It's so far.
It is.
I hate it. Thank you, Dr. Dixon, for the
Oh my gosh,
super
wow.
generous super chat.
That might just buy a swing set. Look
no,
at that.
they're expensive, man.
That-
Well, they are.
That's enough. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm glad you made it back over here, too.
Lincoln is a boy, let him go. Except for if My concern is if I take him to the hospital right now, like I don't want to get COVID, okay? And then I've also heard horror stories of kids being put in the hospital and parents are not being allowed to stay with them. Because you can't, like right now at our hospital, it's patients only. There are no visitors at all.
There are people that are standing outside talking with people in the hospital on cell phones. I saw that. I drove by and there was a guy standing outside talking on a cell phone, and he had his kid with him, and mom was in the window, and I don't know what she was in there for, but they were looking at each other through the windows, and it was kind of sad as I drove by. Actually, you know what was really sad too was I don't know why, but the teachers and students parades they've been doing here so that kids can see their teachers. Like those are sad to watch.
Take Lincoln to the vet.
Take Lincoln to the vet. That's not a bad. I actually have quite a bit of LA 200. I mean, we could.
Well, I know, but a broken bone off the. I mean, and obviously falling from the top of the hay bales could be very severe for all the kids. Like it makes me nervous. I wish you would get those dang hay bales out of here, man.
But if I just take off a layer and make them smaller.
I mean, if it was just like 2 layers, that would make me feel.
I remember playing on hay bales as a kid, and apparently whoever was stacking the hay bales that I played on, either that or I was an idiot, didn't stack them as well. Because I remember playing on hay bales and falling between them.
Yeah,
and be
you
like,
don't have.
And then you're stuck like in between a bunch of hay bales. Like, where do you go? You have to like wiggle your little butt back up through those because you can't. It's not like it's like a maze trying to get through those. I remember doing that.
Yeah, I'm super paranoid about like somebody needing to go to the hospital for a non-COVID related emergency right now, and just like the kids are home more. They're playing on hay bales. I don't know. Just like if we can just avoid the hospital for broken bones.
The kids.
For
I mean, obviously the kids are like pent up like crazy, right? Like they're about ready to explode. You can see it. Like they get bored. They get really like emotional too. Like they start thinking about their friends, and then they're sad, and so it's very. You know, we do have snow on the way, so maybe that'll make a difference. I think we have snow on Wednesday.
We could build a snowman.
We could build a snowman for an hour and a half until it melts. I mean, we can have some fun.
No, Matt, you can't play on the hay bales either.
She'd be more worried about you falling off the hay bales. Actually, we can lift you, we can get him up there, but getting down might be a problem. That was in the video. Kenzie said, because you don't watch the video, so I'll explain it to you. But Kenzie was talking about sliding down the hay bales. She said, "I get hay in my butt," or something. It was pretty funny.
Lincoln today, my sweatshirt's pokey.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Steven asked if you're going to finish the lights on the Gator. I am. That's whole nother video. We have a lot more to do on the Gator, actually. And I think by the time we're done with it, it should be a whole new ride.
The kids ride a pig. It's so gross in the pig pen.
It is disgusting. I was in there with the skid steer, so I really kind of tore it up.
You stirred it all up.
I tore it all up, but yeah.
You released the pig stink. Pig manure has a specific odor.
A Pacific order, yeah. It's horrible is what it is.
I wouldn't let the kids ride a pig, not in that corral.
No, not at all.
They were cute today, all sleeping. The pigs were...
Yeah, I cannot believe how easy those stupid things got in that trailer. Ugh, it drives me nuts.
I hope they get in the trailer for you tomorrow. Did they all come in this morning when you fed them?
Yeah. The problem is that I got to figure out how to close the door.
Do I need to come with you and help
Yes,
you?
you're going to have to come help because I have to close the door and keep them in. An 8-track player for the Gator would be a good idea, actually. That'd be kind of fun. So yeah, I got to figure out how to close the door and make sure that they all stay in when I close it. And I have to get Runt out because we're keeping Runt behind. So yeah, that's going to be a trick as well. All right, we're a little bit behind tonight, so we're going to kind of jump right into things here, but we have a brand new Armchair Rancher for you.
Wrenching from his keyboard, he doesn't even have to move. He's the Armchair Rancher, and he already knows more than you.
Hey gang, it's me, the Armchair Rancher, coming at you once again from, well, you know what? I'm on the ranch. And I tell you what, it is so awesome. My buddy here, Feathernuts, and I have been out checking cows, and we've been checking fence and doing all the checking stuff, and it is just so cool, and I'm just so excited to be here, and I just can't wait to tell you about all of it. Now, some of you guys may have noticed that Mike is now doing a whole vlog thing, which is super cool, but I know that I can do it better, and therefore I am going to do it as well. And I'm going to bring you all the behind the scenes stuff that you can't find anywhere else. And I'm going to tell you, when Mike is doing it wrong, because that's my job. All right. So one of the things I noticed when I was out checking cows and doing all the good stuff this morning is that, oh, it sure is hard work riding these horses. It's that Mike can't park a trailer to save his life. Holy smokes, that's one big pile of duty. Okay, so over here we have an accident scene. This is where Mike apparently backed the trailer into the pig corral. What an idiot. I cannot believe that he did this. So anyway, here's the pigs. Here's the pigs. This is behind the scene footage. Behind the scenes footage, everybody. It's the piggies behind the scenes. It's piggies gone wild. Okay, so anyway, so Mike can't park a trailer. That's one big pile of duty. And I am the Armchair Rancher, here to bring you behind the scenes and let you know everything that's happening around the ranch that Mike doesn't want you to know. He's doing 30 days of 30 vlogs. That's what he calls it, but it's actually vlog. He doesn't even know what it's called. Anyway, the thing is that he is still gonna leave some stuff out, and that's where I'm gonna come in. So I am gonna be on the Beyond the Ranch channel every single Sunday for the next 30 days? I don't know. That pig is peeing. There's a pig peeing. There's a pig peeing. Look at that pig peeing. Okay, anyway, pig's peeing. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna be here for some amount of time, and I'm gonna be telling you what's going on and how the whole thing's supposed to work. So this is how it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna keep it straight. I'm gonna keep it real, along with my horsey feather nuts. And we're gonna go tell Mike that he needs to learn how to park a trailer. So that's it for me for today. Looking forward to a whole lot more behind the scenes, more animals peeing and all kinds of cool stuff coming up. Cause I'm the Armchair Rancher.
Wrenching from his keyboard. He doesn't even have to move. He's the Armchair Rancher, and he already knows more than you.
Oh, that dang kid. I don't get him. He's a weird one. Weird cat. We will have more from the Armchair Rancher coming up each week, I guess, as he's going to start his own weekly vlog now to try to make sure that I'm kept up on what needs to be done and how things need to work. We really need to clue him in on the coronavirus thing, though, because I don't think that kid has a clue. I went out and asked him if he was worried about the coronavirus, and he said, no, I like Kool-Aid. So I was really, I was like, what? But apparently, yeah, no idea what's going on. So anyway, speaking of coronavirus, are you feeling cooped up yet?
I have moments. Definitely like moments.
Yeah.
So I saw, that Trump extended the social distancing orders until April 30th. That happened right before, I saw it just right before we came up here to try and go live. The kids are supposed to go back to school. Our governor extended till the 13th. So, I know that we're probably not going back to school this year, but I was kind of hoping that maybe they were going to go back to school. If they don't go back until after the 30th, we're talking 3 weeks of school at that point.
Yeah, what's the point, really? The kids are going to be devastated if they don't get to go back to school. They're going to have to figure out something because, like I said in one of the videos, that they basically went home and then never went back. So there was no goodbyes, there was no summer vacation, there was none of that. So hold on, I touch my face really quick.
You've been home for. See, and I love the weekends because we're just surrounded by our own germs. And
yeah, exactly. I got my own germs to deal with.
Tomorrow you venture back out into the world, and Tuesday I open the farm store, and I just we still the kids have stuff at school, and I don't know if we're gonna have to go pick it up or they're gonna mail it to us, or we're gonna get some online stuff from our teachers here this week. The parade on Saturday was kind of sad.
It is kind of sad. So they do this thing here, and I don't know how often they do this, or if they do this in other places. But
I've seen it on Facebook and other communities and stuff.
They do teacher parades because the kids are so used to seeing their teachers every day. So they drive through, they get to say hi to their teachers. They might be able to give them a goodie bag or something.
Yeah, we got some stuff from Lincoln's teacher, some little craft stuff, and she's had a sinus infection, so she's like, "Don't touch it," and I was like, "It's fine."
Sinus infection might be the least of our worries at this point.
Yeah, I try to think about like when I was a kid, like, man, this would have been so cool. But like, you know, for summer vacation, you get to say goodbye to your friends, and there's like hope of play dates and stuff. And you know, I don't know how many times this week the kids were like, we want to go do this, and I was like, we can't. Well, why can't we? I'm like, coronavirus.
Yeah, but you got to think about, like, a kid doesn't understand.
They don't understand
what's happening. So.
And I don't want to tell them like to the full extent because I don't want them to panic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling, I don't really feel cooped up because I obviously,
There's plenty of work to do.
plenty of work to be done, but like I do miss kind of just like going to town every once in a while, like for whatever reason it may be. I mean, whether you're going to pick up kids from school or you know, even like, you know, I don't really need to go to Thar's, but I'm going to go anyway and pick up some chicken food or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
That I kind of miss, and it's not really a socialization or anything like that. I think it's just kind of getting off the ranch and kind of driving for a little bit, which I could do, I guess. I actually debated pulling out the Firebird today. I was like, I should take the Firebird out and go get it washed because it's sitting in the barn across the road and it has been all winter long. And you know, pulling it out and racing up and down the highway a little bit and see if any highway patrolman came to work today. I wonder how big of a problem they're having with it yet. You know, if you think about it, like if anybody's going to spread germs, it would be a highway patrolman. He's pulling people over all day long.
Jersey has like 800 troopers or something that tested positive or something.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, that's a quick way to get it to spread. As long as that cop's doing his job and pulling people over, man, that's going to spread it really quick. So, I just feel like I do feel a little cooped up to the point where I just want to go and, you know, just drive or do something. And it's not even really about, I don't care about really seeing other people, but just getting off the ranch and going and doing something.
Yeah.
And I should actually just jump in the gator and just drive, you know, back a few miles, you know, and just kind of hang out.
It is, I mean, obviously like we have groceries. Like I did an online order. We'll get groceries on Tuesday, Wednesday. What time am I getting groceries? Do you remember? Tuesday at 1, I think.
I don't know.
I pick up groceries. You know, so it's, I do go to the grocery store a lot, and I can't do that.
Yeah, you do. You must miss the store. Yeah.
Like a lot of days, we'd pick Lincoln up from preschool, and I would go grab a couple things from the store. He liked to have a donut, or I'd go grab something from like the deli for lunch. So all this cooking at home sucks.
It does suck. It does suck. Speaking of kids being at home, with the kids at home, and we don't have a curriculum yet from our school board or anything like that. So we're kind of doing a roundabout homeschooling project with the kids, and we're going to talk about that more coming up next week. But one part of that is, even though we're limiting social networking or social exposure or whatever else, I mean, I think it's still important for kids to speak, and that's one of the reasons why I was like excited to get Kenzie in that last video, because it just gives her a chance to burn off some steam. So today we had a chance to go back out with Mackenzie, and today she is in the field, and she's going to give us a report directly from the pasture. Take it away.
Thanks, Dad. I'm Mackenzie, out here in the cow field.
Mackenzie, can you tell us what you're seeing in the field?
I see a bunch of wheat, dried up grass, and a Bambi.
I can see that. She's coming up behind you. Can you let us know what the status is of the pregnant cows at this point?
Well, we're getting close to April 2nd, which means some udders should be filling up with milk. Hi, Bambi. Oh.
And Mackenzie, what other signs are we looking for in calving?
We're also maybe looking for afterbirths.
Mackenzie, it looks like you have a fan there hanging out with you. Is there anything that you can tell us about her, or possibly this end that you have facing you, this end of her? Anything you can tell us about this cow?
That is facing you right now.
Well, the calf comes out here.
So that's the end that the calf comes out of. Very interesting. So, Mackenzie, how many cows are planning on having calves out there in that field?
Well, I do not know how many is supposed to come on April 2nd, but like last year we had 12 babies on one day, so I'm thinking maybe 20 or 30.
Very cool, Mackenzie. Thank you very much for being our field reporter. Anything else you would like to add?
Well, I want to add that Bambi will be due pregnant in May. So we have a ways to wait for her. Back to you, Dad. Wait, do I have my...
That kid and Bambi, really, like Bambi's obviously been around Mackenzie since Mackenzie was really small.
Yeah.
And Bambi does not realize how big she is at all. But she's really gentle around the kids. And the other day, yesterday, day before yesterday, I had to go out and fix some fence. I had Lincoln with me. We went out to close up the peacocks, and one of the neighbors called me and said, "Hey, you got a cow in a hayfield." So I went running over there, and of course the cow had worked her way through the fence. So I kicked the cow back onto our side. I had Lincoln with me, so I said, "Lincoln, let's run back to the shop. We'll get our fence fixing tools." We went back. The cow was back in the hayfield. We chased her back out, and then Lincoln and I started fixing the fence. I didn't have a camera with me, of course, because why would I? And we are fixing the fence, and here comes Bambi. And I wasn't even paying attention. And Lincoln, kind of turned around and screamed, and oh my gosh, there's a big giant cow here. But she just wanted to come up and say hi, and she helped me fix the fence. And Lincoln really didn't help all that much. But
she's super clingy right now. Bambi is.
She gets like this, right
before she calves.
In her later pregnancy, she does. She gets really clingy. I think she doesn't feel good. She's probably just, like, help me get this thing out of me. There's got to be something you can do, right?
She came up to the red gate the other day that's right here by our house.
That red gate you can actually see.
Yeah.
In the.
It's down on the bottom. You have it open right now because the cows can't get in that pasture, but it's in the bottom left corner, right underneath the windsock there. And she was just up there by herself in the afternoon, and she just had her head over the gate and stuff. And I ran to the farm store for something. I was like, "I'll get the kids," and I went in and told the kids, and she left. She saw me leave, and so she
like,
left.
"Okay, well, I missed it."
And I don't know where she went, but she was fast, and she booked it out of there. And we couldn't find her. She didn't come back. But I don't know. She just looks sad, sticking her head over the fence, like someone come play with me or pet me or give me some treats.
Yeah, treats are good.
Yeah.
She likes the treats. Blonde cow is still out there, obviously, and she has her moments. If you stop anywhere near blonde cow, she gets up and she'll come over and see what you're doing.
But she doesn't seek you out like Bambi
No,
does.
Bambi is she hears the gator and she's, where are they going? And then if you stop, she's coming. She's coming to see what you're up to. And number two is a little bit like that. If you stop, she's on her way to you. If you're within walking distance, she's not overly, she's not overly
she doesn't
ambitious.
Run like Bambi does.
Bambi will run from a mile and a half away. Number two is that's a long way, and I just really don't feel like moving, so I'll wait till they get closer. So all the cows, it's always interesting that the cows do have different personalities. Mm-hmm. Even the pigs, which are leaving tomorrow. The pigs will be leaving tomorrow. You'll see that on Tuesday's vlog, but you do get used to the animals being around. You do get attached to them, and that's one of the hardest things to try to really explain to people, that when we do take animals to be slaughtered, because that's part of the business, you are somewhat attached to them, and you've spent months, or I have anyway, and you have too, to a point, and the kids and everybody else, that you've been with them, but you also know from the very moment that they come on the ranch that they're there for a purpose. Now the cows, in our situation, because we have a breeding herd, that's a little different. Those cows really do become a part of your family. Mm-hmm. And when something happens to those cows, that's a really hard day. When number one died, mm-hmm. Kirby, all these very special cows, 80, that's a little harder, because mm-hmm. that's something it's almost like having a dog. That you almost, when you have to put down your dog, it's a very, very hard decision to make. And there's been plenty of times that I've had to shoot a cow that I really didn't want to shoot.
Yeah. And having bacon back in the freezer, we'll, as soon as we get it back, we'll take, I'll be like, oh, let's try some bacon, let's try mm-hmm. some pork chops. That is their purpose, and we treat them with respect, and that's what they're here for. It's so that we can eat, and that we can raise food for our community. So that and our kids. That's one of the biggest things that I look at is every time I do have those moments, which we all do, mm-hmm. it's maybe we can just keep all the pigs.
But then you see the kids.
They're
you know,
so
every-
expensive to feed them every day.
Yeah, exactly.
I opened the Thars bill. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, did you open it? I saw it sitting there. I wasn't going to open it.
No, I opened it
like,
last month. I haven't opened it this
Oh,
month.
I saw the one for this month. I was like, I don't want to touch that. Touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I haven't opened that one yet. I haven't got back the hanging weight from the steers. I meant to call them Friday and get hanging weights. And, well, Friday just went to heck. So I don't know what happened Friday, but.
When was Friday? That's the other problem with these dang vlogs. I have no idea what day. I know it's day 10.
I
know
lost.
That's all I know.
The last 2 weeks, like I've really struggled with and having the kids home and stuff. But the first week that they were home was their spring break, but I opened the farm store on Monday because of.
Oh yeah, because you did that, yeah.
Because of panic buying, and so that messed me up. Because usually we don't open until Tuesday, and then.
We're going to have to make a run to the necessity store.
And then, I don't know, last week, I don't know, like on Thursday, I was like, it's Wednesday. And you're like, no, it's Thursday. I'm like, no, it's Wednesday. Having a hard time.
I know. You would argue with me, though, if I was like, the sky is blue. And
That's
you'd be
not
like,
true.
no, it's indigo.
It's not true.
Super chat there from JB Weld, $5 super chat, starting a new weekly family tradition, game board night. We try to do a little bit of everything with the kids, and the hardest part that I find, I don't know how it is for you, but like having the 3 kids is that each one really does especially Grace and Mackenzie, they're getting to the age where they want their own time with you. Lincoln still, he'll do the tag along thing. Like Mackenzie said in the video, he's an observer or whatever that he was. He'll do the tag along thing, but like, having the 2 older girls, they kind of do want their own special time. They want to be able to do different things.
When you were filming with Mackenzie, like Grace was with me, and we went out and did some stuff, and did some high tunnel stuff and walked over to the chickens and the peacocks and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to like all of us like sit down together and do something just because, well, and we try, like you played a board game with Grace and Lincoln the other day, and then Lincoln got tired of it, and then Mackenzie wanted to like come in halfway through, and I mean, that's just pretty much
That's just
our
life. I
typical-
played a lot of Sorry. I played, what's the one with the faces that you have to
Oh, Guess Who?
Guess
yeah.
Who? I played a lot of that. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to. It's not the time of year that we would have kids home normally, and like calving is a very weird time anyway, because like my schedule is just all upside down.
Yeah.
And it used to be like you could send the kids to school, and now it's not. Now it's not. So it's gonna be a learning process. Pretty much all the way around for all of us.
And like the kids are all really content to stay home. Although Mackenzie, even last summer, we struggled with like her getting bored. And I remember, she's 9, and yeah, she wants to socialize more than the other 2 do. But obviously, we can't do that right now. So.
Yeah, exactly. A question there from Sukachi Lee. Would it save you a significant amount of money to do your own butchering of pigs? Well, yeah, of course it would.
not
Unfortunately,
legal.
we can't do it, though, because we have to have ours USDA inspected. So unless I go to school for 3 or 4 years and become an inspector, and
have a facility.
And everything else, then yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. So because we sell directly to the consumer, it's just like going to your grocery store. You have to have it inspected. They go through, they do all kinds of tests on the animal, and they actually test the brain. They do all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah.
And make sure that it's fit for human consumption. So yeah, you can get around that if you sell like halves and wholes.
No, if you sell live animal.
Live animal,
I could sell
yeah.
you a pig and you can take it and do whatever you want to do with it. But if you want to come and buy a pork chop from us, it has to go through an inspected facility. And that's that's every state. And each state has its own meat inspection program. So we have a state inspection, and along with the USDA is obviously federal. But if you're going to sell direct to consumer, individual cuts of meat, it has to be inspected to some extent, whatever your state requires.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all, and we make more money selling a pork chop than we do. Hi, how are you? There's a cat up here.
I know, I saw a lot of comments, like, since you took steers and stuff, about why don't we just process our own? That's a huge, huge undertaking.
Yeah, and a liability and everything else.
Yeah.
So there's always that.
We'll pass on that.
This is Lucy. She's our stuck-up cat
What are you doing?
who really doesn't like anybody and hates everything. And she hates being here right now, I guarantee you. She hates that Erin is touching her. Like, why are you touching me? Don't touch me. This is stupid. Why are you guys up here? And who are you talking to? And I don't understand this whole thing. And why are we all cooped up in the house? And why are the kids here all the time? Go away.
She doesn't like to be touched.
Linda asked if the deer is still in the high tunnel. He is. In fact, this morning, Erin got a, she. I think it's a she, but I'm pretty sure it's a she.
I don't see any little spikes.
No. But you had an issue with ditch this morning.
Well, yesterday too, and then like you opened the high tunnel for me yesterday morning and opened it too far. I went in there and she was in there and like a little bit of damage, nibbled on some kale. Fine, not the end of the world. It'll come back. And then today, like you didn't open it as far. The end doors.
I think she still
still went
in there, yeah.
So we put some snow fence up on the end doors because I do like it's sunny, right? Today was in the 50s, like it has to be opened, so we have to ventilate it, and so yeah, some snow fence got put up, and then she was out there like I watered today, so I was back and forth every like 15 minutes or so.
She's coming and checking it.
Yeah, she was like standing by it, and I was like, you can't get in there no more.
Yeah.
So she ate some cauliflower, ate some kale, definitely ruined some. Ate some spinach. Definitely ruined some plants. Others, I think, will come back. They'll just take longer. So it is what it is. So, but the other high tunnel's still open, and that's going to get closed up here soon. And I'm going to prep for summer. So
Right.
I mean, it was probably a bad thing to let her in the tunnel, but I felt bad for her being out in the cold and the wind.
So we watched. I don't think we've talked about ditch during a live stream, but this all winter long, this poor fawn was living in our ditch.
Yeah.
Mom got hit on the highway.
Or somewhere.
Or
got shot during hunting season
Something.
is a possibility.
And this fawn figured out that there was grass in the ditch, and for weeks lived in the ditch.
Yeah.
I was always afraid that she was going to get hit on the highway, but she's relatively smart. She lived in the ditch. Cars would go zooming by her, and she would just watch, and she didn't care. And then once we opened up the high tunnel to freeze it out, it didn't take long for her to figure that out. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, there's kale in here," and she ate all the kale.
Yeah, and
the first deer to ever eat kale.
No, they eat it.
They also stomped the crap out of it.
But there's also, like, I have a lot of grass that's been creeping in and stuff, and, like, that was all still alive, and now it's frozen. But, yeah, she's been cleaning.
What's the story with deer poop in the gardens? How does that work?
It should be fine.
Okay.
So the crops that I'm growing in there are not contact crops, so, like, I wouldn't put necessarily, like, lettuce in there or anything, but, tomatoes and peppers and everything will be fine.
They hang off the plant, they're not touching the
Yeah,
ground.
and it's a relatively low amount of deer poop that's in there, and we're gonna till it, and we're gonna add some cow manure too. So
Yeah, she hangs out in there. It's kind of cute. She
Yeah,
hangs out in
it
there
is
during
cute.
the day. It does get too warm in here, in there for her at some point. I think she gets up and walks out. And then, I'll see her around. And she's not like, it's not like a pet, obviously. She's not eating out of our hands or anything. But
no, she ran away from me the other day.
yeah,
Like,
she'll get within about 50 feet of you, and that's pretty much it. So, so that's the story of ditch. Easy from Vegas. I got my Jetters catalog. Price of meds per dose. Holy crap. How much do meds cost the ranch each year? That's a darn good question. I don't know if I've ever actually sat down and figured out.
how much do branding vaccines cost?
$4 or $5 per animal, probably at the most.
At branding?
Yeah, it's not cheap. Maybe not that much. I probably spend $500 or $600 on vaccines and branding. So.
And then when we preg check and we vaccinate the cows, that's another $500-$600.
Yeah. So it adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then whatever, Banamine and LA200 and penicillin and stuff that you need throughout the year. So, yeah, I mean, easily $1,500 to $2,000 a year, easily.
At least. Yeah. And that's not bad, really. I mean, if it's the health of a cow or anything else, I do see a lot of people that are doing very, non-invasive. They're not using no antibiotics, which we don't really use antibiotics, but they're talking about like no vaccines, nothing, and not even doing anything with those cows, not even pouring on so they can, get rid of mites and lice and that kind of stuff. And
gosh, probably with Poron and everything, you could be upwards of $3,000.
yeah, probably. But I mean, really, for a year long.
Yeah.
Veterinary treatment for that cow. I mean, and you divide that by cows too. So
Yeah. I mean, and like we vaccinated the caps
I think
twice.
I actually talked about this because when we did the Costa ranching video, I think I included veterinary care in each animal. So I figured if it was like $800 per cow per year to live on the ranch, I think that included all of that too. So yeah.
And we don't vaccinate the cows for coronavirus. We've never had to. But there is a coronavirus cow vaccine. But yeah, we've never.
Yeah, coronavirus originated in animals.
Yeah.
And then moved on.
We all know that.
Yeah. Don't eat bats. No bats. Don't eat bats if you can help it. Mark asked, do whole cows or pigs need USDA inspected? I'm not sure if you're buying a whole cow. No, I mean, if that doesn't matter.
If you're doing a live animal transfer, then you just need a brand inspection.
Right. At least here, yeah.
You don't need a USDA inspection until you're processing. And then again, you have a state processor probably available too. So.
Exactly.
But our jerky, for us to be able to ship the jerky, has to be USDA inspected to ship across state lines.
Right. And we can't ship out of the U.S. because it's not
we don't go to
worldwide or whatever.
Yeah, we don't go to a certain facility, and it's complicated.
It is. It's ridiculous.
Super complicated. Food law.
Sorry, I hit the button there. I jumped
literally
on you. Sorry, I
talking.
was I was actually moving the mouse and I accidentally hit the button. All right, time for
fine.
mail call, and one of our first mail calls comes from Mr. Todd Brewer up in Alaska, who has been. I really need. So I have a lot of friends through YouTube, obviously, that are photographers and artists. I need to make a friend who is
Did you bring up Patty's thing?
Yeah, I need to make a friend who is a woodworker who makes frames, because that's the next step I need. But Todd is a photographer up in Alaska, and you can seek him out. But he's sent us a bunch of pictures, and we actually have a bunch of his artwork in the house across the road, and these are pictures that he's taken while in Alaska. I think that I've actually shown you some in the past that he sent us. There's one that has a grizzly bear that I just love, but these are otters. These are sea otters or river otters. They're probably sea otters.
I would assume
I would imagine they're sea otters, but
I would really like to go to Alaska, but I mean, heck, I would really like to go anywhere right now, so. Someday when things return back to normal. And then he sent us a sign too, which I really like the sign.
The sign is funny. What doesn't kill you will make you stronger, except bears. Bears will kill you.
And cows.
I've never been killed by a cow.
But more people die from cow attacks every year than sharks.
They do.
I don't know about
which means
bears.
you shouldn't go swimming with cows, I guess. Wait a minute. Yeah, whatever. So
thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you very much. Those will actually go across the house. Another artist submission that we have this week is from Miss Patty Amato, who you all know very well, and some more artwork from Patty that's going to be going on the house.
It's hard to see on camera, but it's actually glittery, and the kids were just like, "Oh my gosh, it's so amazing."
I know the kids want it for their. There you go. You can see the glitter. The kids want them for their rooms now, so we're just going to photocopy this one and put it in their room.
We could put it in their rooms.
All
It's
right.
very pretty. I love it's like a galaxy. Mackenzie does really want it.
Yeah, she does.
Is there an upside down right way?
I asked her that last time, and I never did really get an answer.
Which way? Thank you, Patty. I do really like it. It's very pretty.
We are still receiving license plates, by the way.
I haven't asked for license plates for a long time.
I haven't asked for license plates for a long time, and I'm still putting them up. I have a stack that's yet to be put up. I haven't opened this yet. I hope it's a license plate. It really does feel like a license plate.
Or it's anthrax.
It can't be anthrax. Anthrax is so 1990.
It's coronavirus infected. Are you guys quarantining your mail?
Can people sneeze on your... What the heck? What is this? This is like...
It can live on cardboard for 24 hours. You're not supposed to open your Amazon packages.
For 24 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's supposed to open your Amazon packages?
You have to
Our
wait.
UPS guy opens our Amazon packages for us. He'll bring in a package, and then Marvin's a really good friend of ours, but he'll bring in a package, and he'll be like, "What'd you get?" And open it up. We got a box of toilet paper, and Marvin walked in. This has to do with mail call, so it's related.
Okay.
Marvin walked in with a box of toilet paper, and he opened up the box, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He said, "I want to see what kind of toilet paper you got." I'm like, why does that matter?
We got what Amazon would ship us.
It's pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
so you're supposed to wait 24 hours.
This is another license plate from Tennessee, and it is from Melissa Bueller. Bueller.
Did you throw
Bueller.
Hey, did you throw something on the floor?
Yeah,
No, just on the
just
floor.
trash. From Scott County, Tennessee.
Oh, it's a really long letter.
It is. They're always really long, but I love them. yeah, they. Well, it's not that long. It's only yeah. But thank you very much. Thank you. This is very cool. I'm gonna have to do another episode on the license plates because I really haven't shown anybody. We keep on building them up. So.
Well, you got to put more up.
I do.
And then Gary and Debbie McKillop from Brownsburg, Indiana, just sent us a very nice letter. Talked about their place. They have 5 acres total and envy those who can make a living off the land. Well, that's debatable if we can do that.
Yeah, I actually had a very long conversation with a guy today about.
Thank you for the letter.
The viability of the ranch, and I said if the ranch was viable, we wouldn't have to do all this. You know, if I could make a living off the ranch,
There would be no YouTube.
There would be no YouTube, and I wouldn't be up until 2:30 in the morning making videos. But honestly, like doing the 30 vlogs in 30 days thing has been. I think it's been cathartic for me as well because like it's not you don't have time to sit.
You have something to focus on.
I do. I have
very
something
much.
very much. I'm putting out 4 months worth of videos in 1 month, basically. Maybe 5 months. I don't know. Somebody do the math. But I think doing that, you know, has really given me something that I need to focus on. Mm-hmm. And then also the fact that I'm learning more in these 30 days than I think I've learned over the last couple of years, and about the filming process and being faster and quicker on my feet and, you know, not thinking so much about what I'm doing. Now the problem is that when I'm doing this kind of thing, I'm not doing the history videos. I'm not doing any video.
You haven't done history video all winter.
No, but I also have the How to Be a Rancher series, which the coronavirus shot in the butt because I can't interview anybody. I got to the one video where I needed to interview like 8 different people about how to buy a ranch, how to find the money to buy your ranch, and how to do that. And then everybody's like, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not going. You know, nobody wants to talk. You know, nobody. You know, 6 feet thing or 15 feet or whatever you thought it was last time. Is it up 20 feet
15.
now? 15 feet. Crazy.
Spit can fly 15 feet. Awesome.
It's a long time. Jeannie asked where most of our license plates are from. Texas. No, actually, but one thing that's funny is Texas is actually our biggest viewership. I think like 8% of the people that watch our Wyoming Life are from Texas.
We've never
I think also
counted.
none of them subscribe, by the way.
We've never counted like how many are from each state.
No, I never have. That'd be an interesting job for somebody.
There's a lot
to
of
do
Ohio.
Who has a lot of time.
There's a lot of like Midwest.
There's a lot of Ohio. I have a lot of Virginia plates, but that's actually from one person who sent me a stack of Virginia plates that had, if you look at them, and I'll have to show you this again, but there's plates on the wall that are actually cardboard plates from Virginia, and those were issued during the war because they couldn't. All the metal was going into tanks and bullets and, you know, plates for people's heads and whatever else they needed to do.
My cat's back.
Oh my God, what is she doing?
What is she chasing?
I don't know. Anyway, it's the most I've seen her move in like 2 years. She's chasing
she
something.
doing?
Well, she's probably got a mouse or something. No, she doesn't have a
Oh
mouse.
no, she's got a mic cover.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
the little fuzzy black things that go on microphones.
Yeah.
Have you seen Baby Kitty lately? She's missing.
No idea. I do have another announcement that I would like to throw in here, and that has to do with something with one of our moderators. I'm afraid we're probably going to have to let him go.
For sure.
Because we do have a rule that from the age of 24 until probably 54, you're not allowed to be a moderator. You're going to have to go have a life. And that is William Dunn, who has a birthday coming up tomorrow. Happy birthday, William.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, he's turning 20. I think he's turning 24, last I heard. Unless he's changed that. But William Dunn's birthday coming up tomorrow. 24, can you imagine? Can you even remember 24 years old?
So many years ago.
At 24 years old, would have you been hanging out here moderating a bunch of, you know, drunken hooligans talking about God knows what?
What year did YouTube exist?
YouTube started in
2007.
2006.
I don't know how old I was then. Too many years.
A little bit younger. But yeah, happy birthday, Mr. Dunn. We appreciate all the help that you give us,
Yes,
as
thank
well
you.
as, you know, keeping things straight in the chat and making sure everybody's, you know, on the straight and narrow. So you'd call me when you hit 30, though. Well, then we'll talk. I don't know what we'll talk about. Probably ankles and knees that hurt, you know, things like that. How you sleep wrong. I wonder if William's gotten to that point yet. Has anybody had the point? How the hell do you sleep wrong? I
do
sleep
it,
wrong
like,
all the
all
time.
the time
All
now.
the time I sleep wrong. And it's like, isn't that just like a lay down thing? Like it shouldn't be that hard.
I don't know.
I do it. I sleep wrong. Wake up and I hurt in
I have
places.
an ankle that hurts all the time. You got a knee that bothers you.
Yeah, I got
I
a
got a
bad
knee
knee.
too that if I like move wrong, it hurts. I have carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have arthritis like crazy in my hands.
Right.
My mom's had horrible shoulder problems and rotator
Your mom's
cuffs.
like half metal.
I like worry about my shoulders.
Yeah.
JB Weld says we have to stretch more.
Stretch more. Maybe that's it. Stretch before bed or stretch after bed? I don't
Probably
know.
both.
Jose asked what we're drinking. You're drinking coffee tonight, aren't you? Out of your
tired.
Wilson cup. I love that. That's really cool. Wilson. Wilson.
I'm tired. Apparently the coffee didn't help.
No, I get to stay up half the night editing a video.
I know, but
so.
see, you coming to bed wakes me up, and then oh, the children don't stay in their beds. Grace is taken to. We debate
Grace
about
is taken.
this.
I think she's sleepwalking.
I don't know if she's sleepwalking because she's kind of awake. But she did say the other day, I don't know how I keep getting into your room at night.
I don't know either.
I was like, well, I don't put you here, Grace. But she's like, I didn't come to your room. I'm like, yes, you did.
I don't know.
Yeah, you often come to bed, and there's two. Mackenzie's great. Well, no, she won't go to bed at night.
No, she's fine with staying up and reading or whatever else she's doing half the night. But
She's
eventually
been
she
watching,
passes out.
Been watching Dr. Pol.
She does
lately.
like Dr. Pol, yeah.
So, yeah, it's been it's just like a revolving door of like somebody's literally always up. Oh, then 3:30 this morning, Grace goes to the bathroom in our like master bedroom / bathroom, turns on the light. Like, what is going on? And then she goes to grab her iPad and like go back to bed. I'm like, you can't. It's 3:30. You can't have your iPad.
You darn kid.
Ah.
Let's see. Oh, here's a good question from Nick. What would you think an acceptable price to rent a community garden plot? 20. But do you remember how much the community garden here rented your plots for?
Ooh, and ours are like 10 by 10 here, I think.
Do you remember what they were charging?
$50 to $60 probably.
Really? That much?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah.
I really honestly have no idea. Even when I was a master gardener, I didn't really do much.
Well, here, I thought that question would be right up your alley. Google it.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's all going to be super relative to your area.
True.
So.
Yeah, there's always that. Alrighty, so moving
that
right
all your
along
stuff?
here. No, I actually have one other thing that I wanted to get done tonight.
Why is there jerky in that cup?
That has everything to do with what I'm about to talk
Oh,
about.
it's our Patreon giveaway.
Yep. Every month we try to do a Patreon giveaway that basically directly benefits anybody who supports us on Patreon. Patreon.com / Our Wyoming Life. I think that's, I don't know, search for it. You can support us there for as little as $1 per month. It's totally not required, but you do get some extra perks and some extra things out of it that we're still in the process of trying to get set up. But including live chats with us. That
We've been neglecting Patreon so bad.
we have. It's this whole 30-day thing. Like, I really wish I would have like thought this through.
Not just like,
more.
hey, let's start this tomorrow.
I just thought of, hey, let's do this, and then later on I'm like, oh crap, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Yeah, I put a lot of stuff on the back burner.
Yeah. So, JB Weld, really quick question: oil's cheaper. Thoughts about doing anything extra during hay and replanting? Cheaper diesel. We are getting ready to get out and do some harrowing and stuff like that. Diesel isn't really a whole lot cheaper here yet.
No, not yet.
We're still waiting for that trickle down to happen. I know that some places have seen, regular fuel down to around $1.40. We're still at $2.18. I think was the last price that I saw.
And we need to hope for
diesel isn't really coming down.
No, we need to hope for some rain or some snow. Otherwise, hay season's going to be not good. So, yeah, I mean, it's dry. We don't have any snow really right now.
No.
Snow in the
it's pretty
forecast
dry.
though, so which is good. So.
Yep, exactly. All right, so back to the Patreon thing. So Patreon is a chance to support us. You can get different perks out of there and different things. So every month we try to do a Patreon giveaway. This one for this month includes a 2-ounce beef jerky sampler pack, which includes teriyaki, peppered, and regular beef jerky, and 2-ounce packs. I don't even know what these sell for, but whatever.
$6.75.
What?
$6.75.
Okay, there you go. And a Our Wyoming Life whiskey glass, because that's what I could fit in there. I thought that was kind of a nice little bouquet
It won't come that way in the mail.
Probably not. But so
You made a meat bouquet.
I made a meat bouquet, and that is going to a Patreon supporter who's been a Patreon supporter of ours for 25 months.
Oh, wow, you haven't given up on us.
2 years and a month, and has not given up on us. And that is a fellow named Kurt. You'll see him post on YouTube under the name Professor Kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah, so he comments quite a bit, and when I ran the random program that picked one out, that's who came up. So thank you, Kurt, for being a supporter. And I know that Kurt hates the live streams. That's another thing.
Yeah, he's not
he
here.
has mentioned that he's mentioned during on comments that he doesn't watch live streams just because I don't think he has the focus. I don't think he has, it's like, some people don't. But
It's definitely different than than a regular video. So
right, but he has been with us for 25 and supporting us on Patreon for 25 months now.
That's crazy.
And Kurt, congratulations! You will get the sampler pack and along with a whiskey glass. And Professor Kitchen, he sounds like he might be like a chef or something. I don't really know, but maybe he can whip something up with jerky. Who knows? Can you cook with jerky?
I mean, I think you just mostly eat it.
Well, yeah, I know, but even if you cook with it, you eat with it. But I mean, is there a jerky dish?
I don't know why you would cook with jerky.
I don't know. I'm trying to come up with, apocalyptic, type of
Just eat the
jerky
jerky.
uses.
Just eat the jerky.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah,
All
our
right.
gas prices have not come down, but unfortunately, we are in, Campbell County where we live is very mineral dependent, and there has already been layoffs in the oil field because of the reduction in oil prices. So, as with everything, hopefully things get back to normal here before too long. So.
Yeah, exactly. And if you really feel like boycotting something, boycott Brazilian beef while you're at it. That's
Buy local.
Buy local. What was it? It was the Brazilian beef economy went up by like $14 trillion or some damn thing.
JBS is the Brazilian beef packer company, and their first quarter profits, or I don't know, the last quarter they had to report, profits were up by like 392%. So even higher than what they projected. So. You want to do some interesting reading? Just Google JBS and.
Yeah, it's. We were talking about doing a video, and I didn't tell you this, but I sent an email to Mark Rubio because he's investigating JBS, so I kind of wanted to see if maybe I can get him in on this thing. No. And I actually got an email back from one of his assistants, but he cannot go on record until it's done.
Yeah.
And finalized. The JBS, the Brazilian beef company that's trying to take over the U.S. market it's crazy. And buy local, do that. Obviously, legislation needs to change, politics needs to change, and as long as you have money involved, then it's going to be very hard. So I always tell people vote with your pocketbook because that makes a lot more sense than sometimes voting in a booth.
And right now, obviously, it's in some areas it's difficult to get beef, and prices are going up, and the cattle market on our end, prices have gone down.
Yeah.
So that just means the middleman, especially the processors, are making more money.
Yep.
So.
Exactly. So buy beef local if you can. We always say, thanks, JP. Give Rubio a call. Say hi for me. We obviously. We sell our own beef. We sell our own pork at our farm store. We get tons of requests every single day for people that would like us to ship our meat. Shipping our meat obviously is not really cost effective, and it would be cost effective for us. I mean, yeah, it'd be great for us, but at the same time, we don't feel like we need to overcharge people, especially paying for shipping. So we do support local farmers and ranchers, not only ourselves, but those in your area as well. So you track them down, you find out who's selling local beef, who's selling pork, who's selling eggs, who has lettuce, who has microgreens, who's selling kale, whatever you want to buy.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Do it local.
I didn't double my egg prices last week. They stayed the same.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we actually, when this whole thing started, our beef went on sale.
Yeah, and I had roast on sale last week and stuff too. Like it's not, and we can't be advocates for local food and then ship our food. Like it doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
so.
We'd be a little bit hypocritical if you asked me about that. So, and It's just all about it's about supporting each other, and that's one thing that we really do try to on our Wyoming Life, on BTR, whatever we can do, we all support each other. We try to. Alex asked a while ago about getting our beef to Chicago. Well, you got. Next time the Fensels come out, talk to them, see if they can take some hamburger back for you.
If anybody's traveling, obviously stop by the farm store. If it's a day that we're not open, if you send me a message, I will try and answer it. If you send a question to the farm store Facebook page that's very specifically about an owl video, you're not going to get an answer. But if it's about farm store, I will talk to you about farm store. I don't want to talk about tractors on the farm store Facebook page.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, it's a. Obviously take it with you, bring a cooler. Meat's super easy to travel with, like in a cooler where you can add more ice and stuff. Right now, even if we were shipping beef, we would have to quit because I did see like UPS is not able to keep up with demand right now, and so they're not guaranteeing like 2-day deliveries and stuff. And so, we couldn't take that risk because it will spoil. So
Robert Jones does have a point. JBS processes U.S. beef in this country. You are correct. There's JBS America and there's JBS Brazil. They're both owned by JBS Brazil. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just look a little deeper, and it's not a good situation to the American rancher. So, and that's what our concern is the American
bread
rancher.
in the store is $5.15 for a loaf of bread.
Oh
my gosh!
And you can't you can't find yeast and flour.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like the two things that are still.
Is everybody out baking bread, or are they just hoarding yeast and flour? I mean, how many people really know how to bake bread?
Well, there's lots of YouTube videos.
True, there is a lot of YouTube videos.
I don't know. So it's interesting. It is the stuff that's been purchased has been, that the supply chain hasn't regulated. I think it's getting a little better here. We'll see on my grocery order on Tuesday if I get the stuff I asked for, or if I have a bunch of stuff that can't be fulfilled.
Right.
Yeah, flour. I don't know why flour why it can't catch up. I don't know.
Ketchup. What about ketchup?
I don't know. We didn't need ketchup.
Thanks for making an order, whoever just ordered beef jerky. Somebody asked, JP asked about veggies. Can you ship vegetables across state lines?
Yeah, you can. I don't know how it's a temperature. Lettuce isn't gonna do well in a box in a truck.
True.
So, yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, that's just not. I got enough stuff to do besides put lettuce in a box.
True. There's that.
I mean, there's only so many hours in a day. I was telling you all this weekend, I was I wish we just had one more day that we're working 7 days a week, both of us are right now. And I just want one day where we don't have to do anything. I told you, you needed to get a nap this weekend. That didn't happen.
I got a nap the other day. The other night, Grace was reading me books, and I felt so bad because she was reading. You fell
asleep.
I fell asleep while she was reading. I felt so bad, and she's like, "Dad, are you paying attention?" I was like, "Yeah, the cat jumped on a tree." And I took a 10-minute nap, and she let me. I think she knew that I was tired, but it was 7, 8 o'clock at night, and she let me take a little nap, let me take a little nap, and then I woke up, and she said, "Do you want me to read the book again?" I was like, "No, you're fine." But and then we put the kids to bed, and then I went to work. I mean, it is funny. There's this whole, and if anybody's heard of this, let me know. I know we're running a little bit long, but there's a thing that they say, if you do something for so many days straight, I think it's 21 days, or something like that. If you do something, whether it's go to the gym or quit smoking or quit drinking or drink more, or however you want to do it. If you do it for 21 days, it becomes a habit. It becomes part of your regular routine, right? Mm-hmm. So if I do these vlogs for 21 days, I mean, do I just need to just do them? I mean,
no. I mean, this is not sustainable.
I do think if we kept up with the vlogs, it would have to be it would just be during the week. I'd have to have weekends off, but we're gonna see when time comes.
We'll see when calving starts, and you gotta squeeze calving in.
Yeah.
And
you guys are gonna get so tired of calving, by the way. In 30 days of vlogs, I mean, it's gonna be vlog after vlog after vlog of just hanging out with cows and having calves over and over and over again, because that's, I mean, really, I do have little projects going on here and there, but they don't really.
JB Weld says he went to school for 12 years and never became a habit. Yeah, I agree with that. And then we had kids, and I'm like, gosh, I have to go to school again, times 3.
Technically. But yeah, I mean, yeah, calving is going to be weird. It's going to be, you know, day after day of just driving around cows, and how to make that interesting.
And then I'll just film you in the day, like sleeping.
Yeah, off and on.
Cows sleeping. Cows sleeping.
Cows sleep, you know. A lot of fun.
I mean, it depends largely on the weather too. We'll
Yep.
see.
I guarantee you, I'm sitting here. We have 2 days, 2 or 3 days, whatever, 4 days until a cow has until our first due date for a cow. It's
Why
gonna
won't
snow.
they have one?
It's going to snow on Wednesday.
Yeah, it is.
When it snows, we're going to have 15 cows the day it snows, right? That's kind of what I expect to happen. What are you doing?
I'm checking the forecast to see what day it's supposed to snow.
You told me Wednesday.
I think Tuesday too.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Here's the weather update.
So the whole point of the weekly or the daily vlogs is to keep everybody moving, myself included. And I know that there's a lot of folks that are stuck at home.
4 inches on Wednesday, 1 inch on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Well,
A light dusting Tuesday night.
we'll figure it out, I guess.
So you're gonna have to check cows
Yeah, for sure.
all night.
That'll be fun. So, yeah, we have that all coming up, and I do. And honestly, I may bitch and moan about it and complain about it, but it is something. It's cathartic for me. It gives me something to do, to keep myself out of my own head, and you know, obviously, it has to be done anyway. So why not just roll film? So thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight.
You don't roll film.
I don't
Press record.
press record. I make the sound in my head. So thanks for hanging out with us once again. Thanks to our moderators, Matt Fensel, Lori Habel here, William Dunn, whose big birthday is tomorrow. He turns 12 or however old he is. Bill the Tractor Man here hanging out with us. Also, Zach was here for a little bit. Thank you guys. William, seriously, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We appreciate everything you do for us. And when you're old enough to drink, I'll buy you one.
He's old enough to drink.
I just like giving him crap. He's like the youngest person I know. So why not? Besides our own kids, obviously. But if you want to have a sleepover, I can talk to Lincoln. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. We'll see you again tomorrow morning as we take a look at calving and how we're preparing for calving and how it's coming up. Pigs go tomorrow. We've got a lot of stuff coming up in the next week. Erin, do you have anything coming up for the daily vlog and you want to give me a day off? Okay, that's a
I got
big
nothing.
fat nothing. Thanks, guys. Take it easy, and thanks for putting up with the issues that we had here in the. I did say Zach.
He's still here.
Oh, he is still here?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Zach. So thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you again next weekend right here on the Beyond the Ranch channel. Hopefully, we'll get the.
You're gonna have to test that.
I know we're going to get all the kinks hammered out here, but we have a lot more coming up for you. So stick around and be sure to email your ideas for the vlogs to mail@our-Wyoming Life if you have any. Do you have anything to add?
Thank you, everyone, for the super chats and sticking through our technical difficulties tonight.
Yes, thank you very much.
We'll fix that. No, I won't. You will.
Thank you.
I'm gonna make caramel rolls tomorrow.
Oh. Well, on that note,